A gorgeous woman does not simply exist because of physical beauty or external allure. She embodies something more profound, something that radiates from within and touches everyone around her. There is a specific grace and strength in her presence that commands attention. But it's not about how she walks into a room or how people pause in awe. It's about how she carries herself, how her heart beats in rhythm with the world, and how her mind challenges the status quo. A gorgeous woman is more than just a vision of beauty. She is a force. Powerful, unyielding, but also tender and loving. What makes a woman truly gorgeous isn't just the skin she wears, but the light that she brings into the lives of others. She knows herself, every inch, every flaw, every scar. Then she carries that knowledge like a badge of honor. The marks of life that others might hide are the very things that make her uniquely radiant. She doesn't just accept who she is, she celebrates it. With all the mess and brilliance that comes with being human. She doesn't let anyone define her, and she certainly doesn't let anyone diminish her. She is firm in her convictions, yet fluid in her ability to adapt. A gorgeous woman knows that change is inevitable, and instead of resisting it, she leans into it with open arms. When she walks into a room, you don't just notice her, you feel her. It's not a dramatic entrance, not a show. It's the way she carries herself. It's in the way her posture tells you she is comfortable in her own skin, unafraid to be who she is. There's no pretense in her actions. There's no need for external validation because she has already validated herself. She doesn't demand attention, yet people can't help but gravitate toward her. Her presence is magnetic, but it's not based on superficial attraction. It's about authenticity. It's about confidence, not arrogance. A gorgeous woman listens. She doesn't just hear, she listens with intention. She can read between the lines of your words, understand the tone beneath the surface, and she responds with empathy and thoughtfulness. She is a listener, not because she needs to be, but because she values the experience of others. She recognizes that every person she encounters has a story, and she respects that story. In conversations, she doesn't just talk, she creates space for others to express themselves, allowing them to feel heard and seen. The true beauty in her lies in her ability to connect with others, to make them feel important. She listens not to respond, but to understand. And that understanding creates relationships that are deeper and more meaningful than most can fathom. Her intelligence is sharp, not because she has memorized facts, but because she knows how to think critically. She understands the value of knowledge and the power of education, but she also recognizes that wisdom comes from experience, from living, from making mistakes and learning from them. She doesn't flaunt her intelligence because it's not about showing off. It's about using what she knows to better the world around her. She's the kind of woman who can solve problems without overcomplicating them, who can see solutions where others see obstacles. And even when she doesn't know the answer, she's not afraid to ask questions or admit when she needs help. Her strength comes from her ability to seek knowledge and to grow constantly, never stagnant, always moving forward. Her strength is not just in her mind, but also in her heart. She is compassionate, always looking for ways to uplift others, to give without expecting anything in return. She is the type of woman who sees someone struggling and without hesitation steps in to offer support. Her kindness isn't weak, though. It's rooted in strength because she gives from a place of abundance, not scarcity. She knows that kindness doesn't drain her, it replenishes her. She understands the importance of lifting others up, of creating an environment where everyone can thrive. And even when she is exhausted, even when the world weighs heavily on her shoulders, she still finds a way to show up for others because she knows that her power is not diminished by kindness, it's amplified by it. A gorgeous woman is resilient. She doesn't crumble under pressure, but rises from it. Life will throw curveballs, challenges that seem insurmountable, but she does not break. She bends, she learns, and she adapts. When others see obstacles, she sees opportunities. Her resilience is not born from an absence of fear, but from the fact that she faces that fear head on. She does not run from adversity. She confronts it, learning from it and growing stronger with every setback. The way she carries herself through hardships reveals her inner strength. Her grace under pressure is unmatched. But that doesn't mean she doesn't hurt. She feels deeply, and she doesn't hide her emotions behind a mask of toughness. Instead, she allows herself to feel, to process, and to heal. She doesn't pretend to be invincible, but she knows how to rise from her struggle stronger than before. She is a warrior, not because she fights with fists, but because she fights with heart, with soul, and with an unwavering belief that she can overcome anything life throws her way. A gorgeous woman is unapologetically herself. She does not conform to the expectations of others, nor does she seek approval. She is comfortable in her individuality, proud of who she is. She is unafraid to embrace her quirks, her eccentricities, the things that make her stand out. She wears her uniqueness as armor, and it is this armor that protects her from the judgments and criticisms of the world. She knows who she is and is comfortable with that identity, and that sense of self-assurance is a powerful part of her allure. There is no need for her to blend in because she knows she was born to stand out. She doesn't need the world to tell her she's beautiful because she already knows she is. Her beauty doesn't just lie in her appearance, but in the way she lives her life. She is passionate about the things she cares about. Whether it's a career, a cause, or a creative pursuit, she approaches everything with an infectious enthusiasm that inspires others. Her passion is contagious, and those around her are motivated to pursue their own dreams because of the fire she lights in them. She doesn't simply exist. She lives fully and without hesitation. And in doing so, she inspires others to do the same. A gorgeous woman is a woman of integrity. She lives by a set of values that guide her decisions, and she holds herself accountable for her actions. She doesn't compromise on her morals, even when it would be easier to do so. She stands firm in what she believes, even if it means standing alone. She doesn't back down when faced with difficult choices. She understands that integrity is the foundation of everything, and it is what gives her the strength to face even the most challenging situations with dignity and grace. Her courage is boundless. She is willing to take risks, to step into the unknown, to face challenges that might make others tremble. She knows that growth comes from pushing boundaries, from stepping outside of comfort zones. But her courage doesn't just manifest in big, dramatic moments. It shows up in the quiet, everyday choices she makes. The choice to speak up when it's easier to stay silent. The choice to stand firm when the world asks her to bend. Her courage isn't about making a scene, but about doing what is right, even when no one is watching. A gorgeous woman has a sense of humor. She knows how to laugh at herself, to find joy in the simplest moments. Her laughter is genuine, contagious, and brings light to even the darkest days. She understands that life is full of challenges, but she doesn't take herself too seriously. She can find humor in the chaos, and she knows how to make others laugh, to lift their spirits with her wit and charm. Her humor is a reflection of her ability to not only endure life's difficulties, but to find joy in them as well. A gorgeous woman understands the power of self-care. She takes the time to nurture herself, to recharge, and to reflect. She knows that in order to give to others, she must first fill her own cup. Her self-care isn't about indulgence. It's about taking care of her mind, body, and soul so that she can be the best version of herself for those around her. She understands the importance of rest, of setting boundaries, of saying no when it's necessary. She isn't afraid to prioritize her own well-being because she knows that she cannot pour from an empty cup. There is something undeniably powerful about a woman who knows her worth, who carries herself with confidence and strength, yet remains kind and compassionate. A gorgeous woman isn't defined by how others see her. She is defined by how she sees herself. She is confident, intelligent, loving, and resilient. She knows her value and is unafraid to show up as her true self, flaws and all. And when she enters a room, it's not just her beauty that stands out. It's the essence of who she is that leaves a lasting impression. A gorgeous woman's beauty radiates from within, powered by her inner strength, resilience, and ability to adapt and overcome life's challenges with grace. Her strength isn't just physical, but mental and emotional, allowing her to grow from every experience and continue moving forward. True beauty lies in being unapologetically oneself. A gorgeous woman doesn't seek validation from others. She is secure in her identity, comfortable in her skin, and doesn't conform to societal expectations. Her confidence comes from within, and she embraces her uniqueness without fear. A gorgeous woman is not just defined by her appearance, but by her ability to connect with others. She listens actively, shows compassion, and values relationships, fostering a sense of understanding and mutual respect. Her genuine care for others is one of her most attractive qualities. Inner strength and resilience are two qualities that, when combined, form the very foundation of a woman's power. These attributes go far beyond the physical. They are what allow a person to face the challenges life throws their way with unwavering confidence and grace. A gorgeous woman's true beauty lies not in her flawless features, but in the way she carries herself in the face of adversity. It is her inner strength that enables her to rise time and time again, even when life seeks to knock her down. And it is her resilience that propels her forward, even in the toughest of circumstances. Inner strength is something that doesn't come overnight. It is cultivated over time, shaped by experiences, both good and bad. It is in the small, quiet moments when a woman faces challenges and chooses to move through them, to endure, to overcome. Whether it's a personal struggle, a loss, or a setback, inner strength is about not letting those moments define her. It's about digging deep within herself, finding that source of power that keeps her going even when the path ahead seems unclear. A gorgeous woman's inner strength is not defined by how much she can endure in silence or how stoic she appears, but by how she responds to life's obstacles. She doesn't allow herself to be consumed by negativity or fear. Instead, she faces adversity head on, acknowledging her feelings, processing them, and then moving forward. Resilience, on the other hand, is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, to recover quickly from hardships. Life doesn't always go according to plan. Sometimes dreams are shattered, goals seem unreachable, and hope fades. But resilience is what allows a woman to rise after every fall. It is the recognition that every setback is temporary, that it's not the end of the road, but merely a detour. A resilient woman does not let failure define her. Rather, she uses it as fuel to push herself forward. She learns from her mistakes, grows from them, and uses them as stepping stones to build a better version of herself. Her resilience is rooted in her belief that challenges are part of the journey, not a reason to give up. What makes a gorgeous woman's resilience so captivating is not just her ability to bounce back from hardship, but the way she does it. She does not allow herself to be consumed by bitterness or regret. Instead, she rises with dignity, choosing to learn from her experiences rather than dwell on them. She has a unique ability to take the lessons learned from adversity and channel them into strength. Her resilience is not about suppressing her emotions or pretending that everything is okay when it's not. It's about accepting where she is, acknowledging the pain, and choosing to keep moving forward with an open heart. A resilient woman also knows that setbacks are not always her fault. Sometimes life presents challenges that are completely outside of her control. Yet resilience means refusing to let external circumstances dictate her sense of worth or her future. She understands that life is unpredictable, that things don't always go according to plan, and that it's okay to feel frustrated, sad, or defeated. But she also understands that those feelings are temporary. She doesn't allow herself to be paralyzed by them. She allows herself to feel, but she doesn't allow herself to be consumed by negative emotions. She uses them as motivation to rise again, to try again, and to believe in the possibility of better days ahead. Another aspect of inner strength and resilience is the ability to remain adaptable. Life rarely unfolds in a straight line. Plans change, paths diverge, and a gorgeous woman's inner strength doesn't come from her ability to rigidly follow a set path, but from her ability to adapt to changing circumstances without losing her sense of self. She may have setbacks, but she doesn't allow them to derail her entirely. She is flexible, adjusting her course when necessary, but never compromising on her core values or beliefs. She knows when to push forward and when to take a step back, when to keep fighting and when to change direction. It is this adaptability that allows her to navigate life's twists and turns with grace. Inner strength and resilience are not just about bouncing back from external challenges, but also from internal struggles. A gorgeous woman's strength is evident in the way she handles her internal dialogue, the way she navigates self-doubt, fear, and insecurity. These are the silent battles that most people face every day. The voice in her head that tells her she's not enough, that she doesn't measure up, that she's not capable of achieving her dreams. But a woman with inner strength refuses to listen to that voice for long. She acknowledges her fears, but she doesn't let them control her. She recognizes her worth despite any doubts or insecurities, and chooses to act despite them. Her resilience is found in the way she silences her inner critic and chooses to believe in herself even when others may not. The beauty of a resilient woman is that her strength is not just an individual journey. It is also something that radiates outwards, affecting everyone around her. When others see a woman face adversity with grace, they are inspired by her. Her strength is contagious. She doesn't just survive, she thrives. Her ability to move through life's hardships with such poise is a beacon of hope for others who may be struggling. She doesn't try to be a hero, nor does she seek to be an example for others to follow. Her inner strength and resilience simply shine through in everything she does. It's in the way she encourages others, the way she supports her loved ones, and the way she leads by example. A gorgeous woman doesn't wait for life to be perfect before she takes action. She doesn't wait for the stars to align or for everything to fall into place. She moves forward despite the uncertainty, trusting in her ability to handle whatever comes her way. Her inner strength is rooted in the belief that she is capable of facing whatever life presents to her, even if she doesn't have all the answers right away. She is not afraid of failure because she understands that it is simply part of the process. She embraces the unknown with confidence, knowing that each new challenge is an opportunity for growth. Resilience also means taking care of oneself, especially during times of hardship. A gorgeous woman knows that her strength comes from not only how she faces challenges, but also how she nurtures herself. She understands the importance of rest, reflection, and self-compassion. When things get tough, she doesn't push herself to the breaking point. Instead, she knows when to pause, to breathe, and to recharge. She makes time for the things that bring her peace and joy, recognizing that her well-being is just as important as her ability to endure. Self-care is not a luxury for her. It is a necessity. When life challenges her, a gorgeous woman stands tall because she knows that resilience isn't about avoiding pain or discomfort. It's about facing it head on and choosing to persevere. Her strength allows her to weather the storms, and her resilience ensures she emerges from each challenge wiser, stronger, and more capable than before. Her journey is not without its struggles, but it is the very struggles that make her who she is. It is through hardship that she is molded into the powerful, beautiful force that she becomes. And it is her inner strength and resilience that keep her going no matter what. Authenticity and confidence are the twin pillars that support a woman's true beauty. They are not traits that are merely seen, but are felt by those around her, resonating in the way she moves, speaks, and interacts with the world. When a woman embraces authenticity, she is not concerned with fitting into a mold or meeting others' expectations. Instead, she stands firm in her true self, unapologetically. She allows herself to be fully known, not as others want her to be, but as she truly is. Her confidence stems from that very authenticity. She doesn't need to pretend to be someone else because she knows that she is enough just as she is. It's this kind of inner assurance that radiates from within her and leaves an indelible impression on everyone she encounters. To be authentic is to embrace both the light and the shadow within. A woman who is authentic doesn't hide her flaws or weaknesses. She does not wear a mask to please others or to fit into a societal standard. She doesn't allow her imperfections to diminish her worth. Instead, she owns them. She understands that her mistakes, her scars, and her challenges have shaped who she is today. These experiences are not sources of shame, but of strength. She has learned from her failures and grown through them, and she doesn't let the past define her or hold her back. Her authenticity is rooted in her understanding that she is a complex individual, and all parts of her, both the beautiful and the broken, are deserving of love and respect. Authenticity also means being honest with oneself. A gorgeous woman knows who she is at her core, and she doesn't seek to mold herself into someone else's idea of perfection. She understands her values, her beliefs, and what makes her unique. She does not need to change herself to gain approval or to fit into the expectations of others. She knows that true beauty is about being true to herself, even when the world may tell her otherwise. She doesn't seek validation through external achievements or the approval of others. Her worth comes from within. The confidence she exudes is not born of arrogance or pride, but from the deep understanding that she has nothing to prove. She has already accepted herself fully, and in doing so, she allows others to see and accept her as well. There is power in being unapologetically authentic. When a woman stops pretending, when she lets go of the fear of judgment, she becomes free. This freedom comes from the release of the need to conform or to meet external expectations. A gorgeous woman is not interested in fitting into a mold. She embraces her uniqueness, whether it's her appearance, her style, or her worldview. She doesn't apologize for the things that make her different. Instead, she celebrates them. This doesn't mean she rejects the value of others' perspectives. Rather, she understands that there is room for diversity, for different kinds of beauty, for varying ways of being in the world. She accepts that her authenticity may not be universally understood or appreciated, but that doesn't diminish her confidence. Her value is not dependent on others' opinions, and this understanding gives her the courage to live her truth every single day. Confidence is the natural byproduct of authenticity. When a woman is true to herself, she becomes confident in who she is. She no longer seeks validation from others because she has already validated herself. Confidence comes from within and is rooted in the knowledge that a woman is enough, just as she is. It is not about being perfect or flawless. It's about empathy and connection, are two of the most powerful qualities a person can possess. These traits go far beyond just understanding the emotions of others. They form the foundation of meaningful relationships, help create a sense of belonging, and shape the way a person interacts with the world. A gorgeous woman's true beauty lies in her ability to empathize, to connect on a deeper level with those around her, and to foster a sense of warmth and understanding wherever she goes. Empathy is not simply about feeling sorry for someone in distress. It's about stepping into their shoes and experiencing their emotions from their perspective. It is the capacity to listen with both the mind and the heart, and to respond with kindness, compassion, and authenticity. When a woman is truly empathetic, she is more than just a good listener. She is fully present in the moment. Empathy requires a level of vulnerability and openness, and a gorgeous woman possesses this in abundance. She doesn't just hear what others are saying, she actively listens and seeks to understand their thoughts, fears, hopes, and struggles. In doing so, she creates an emotional space for the people around her, allowing them to feel safe and understood. When someone opens up to her, they are met with a sense of acceptance, not judgment, and this is what allows for a deep emotional connection to form. Empathy is a bridge that connects people across differences, helping them to feel seen, valued, and heard, even in their darkest moments. One of the most beautiful aspects of empathy is its ability to transcend barriers. No matter how different we are, whether in background, culture, beliefs, or experiences, empathy allows us to relate to each other on a human level. A gorgeous woman understands that everyone is fighting their own battles and that we all carry invisible burdens. She doesn't judge others based on their struggles, but seeks to understand what lies beneath the surface. Her ability to connect with people on a profound level isn't about fixing their problems or offering advice. It's about showing them that they are not alone. By simply being present and listening with an open heart, she allows others to feel heard in a way that many people may never have experienced before. This connection is what fosters trust and creates the foundation for genuine relationships. Empathy also requires the ability to hold space for someone's emotions without trying to fix them. In a world where people often feel the need to offer solutions or advice, empathy reminds us that sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is to simply be there for someone. A gorgeous woman doesn't feel the need to solve everything. She knows that it's okay to sit in the discomfort, to share in someone's sorrow, joy, or confusion without rushing to offer answers. This creates a deeper connection as it shows the other person that they can express themselves without fear of judgment or rejection. It's not about providing solutions. It's about allowing others the room to feel and be heard. Through empathy, a gorgeous woman also learns to approach others with a sense of non-judgment. She understands that everyone's journey is different and that there are many reasons behind the actions and choices people make. Instead of rushing to conclusions or criticizing, she takes the time to understand the context and circumstances that may have shaped someone's behavior. This openness to understanding creates a space where others feel safe to express themselves without fear of being misunderstood or criticized. It allows for the formation of meaningful, trusting relationships where people can be their authentic selves without fear of judgment. The connection that empathy creates is often profound and life-changing. It's a connection that goes beyond mere surface-level interactions and dives into the heart of what it means to be human. A gorgeous woman with empathy connects with people in ways that make them feel seen, heard, and appreciated for who they truly are. Her ability to make others feel valued is a testament to the depth of her emotional intelligence and her capacity for understanding. People are drawn to her not because of her appearance or any external quality, but because of the way she makes them feel safe, understood, and respected. This emotional connection is what allows her to build strong, lasting relationships and to create an impact that goes far beyond what words can express. But empathy doesn't just benefit others, it also benefits the person who practices it. A gorgeous woman who actively seeks to understand others is also able to learn more about herself in the process. As she listens to the experiences and perspectives of those around her, she gains new insights into the complexities of the human experience. This deepens her own understanding of the world and helps her grow as a person. The more she connects with others on a meaningful level, the more she expands her own emotional capacity. She becomes more attuned to her own feelings and better able to navigate her own emotional landscape, which in turn makes her a more compassionate and understanding individual. Empathy also strengthens relationships by promoting mutual respect and trust. When a gorgeous woman shows empathy toward others, she demonstrates a level of care and consideration that fosters a sense of security and reliability. People begin to trust that they can turn to her in times of need because they know she will be there to listen without judgment, to offer a safe space for vulnerability, and to help them work through their emotions. This sense of trust is the bedrock upon which strong, lasting relationships are built. It's not based on superficial interactions or fleeting moments of kindness. It's rooted in genuine understanding and a deep emotional connection that cannot be easily broken. Empathy allows a gorgeous woman to see the best in others, even in moments of weakness or failure. She doesn't judge people by their mistakes or shortcomings, but instead seeks to understand what led them to act the way they did. This perspective allows her to offer support and encouragement rather than criticism, helping others to see their own potential even when they may not recognize it themselves. Her empathy empowers others to believe in themselves and to keep going even when the road ahead seems difficult. By offering this emotional support, she becomes a source of strength for those around her, a constant reminder that they are not alone in their struggles. At the same time, empathy doesn't mean allowing others to take advantage of one's kindness. A gorgeous woman knows that there is a balance between showing empathy and maintaining healthy boundaries. She recognizes that while it's important to offer support and understanding, it's equally important to protect her own emotional well-being. She knows when to step in and help and when to step back and allow others the space to grow on their own. This balance is essential in ensuring that her empathy doesn't become overwhelming or lead to emotional burnout. By setting healthy boundaries, she ensures that her empathy remains a source of strength for both herself and those she cares. Empathy is a cornerstone of emotional intelligence, and it is one of the most transformative qualities a person can cultivate. It enables a gorgeous woman to connect with others on a level that transcends superficial interactions. It allows her to build relationships based on trust, respect, and mutual understanding. Through her empathy, she creates a space where others feel valued and heard, and in turn, she strengthens her own emotional resilience. A woman who embodies empathy is a beacon of light in a world that often feels disconnected and cold. She fosters connection, understanding, and love wherever she goes, leaving a lasting impact on everyone she encounters.